together the president and members of the media, his trusted friends and critics alike. It's a special day because it's the only time the president invites even his toughest media critics to join him in celebration. This is a legacy he pledges to uphold throughout his term, an open, respectful relationship with all media houses and practitioners. Your Excellency, sir, looking around this evening, there is a representation of the very best in our media landscape, from editors, broadcasters, reporters, to our vibrant community radio stations that pulse the voices of local realities. To those of you who have devoted extensive media coverage to the president's activities and programs this year, whether through newspapers, television, radio, or online, we say a heartfelt thank you. You are the vital storytellers who keep citizens abreast of the leadership's work and its vision. To those who may not yet have devoted as much coverage or may be drawn to sensationality, I say to you this evening, this is your president, and your role in building a progressive national legacy is indispensable. And to our dynamic social media bloggers, the swift and ardent voices, amplifying the president's achievements, you are the high-speed messengers, making sure the president's message reaches every smartphone faster than a viral dance challenge. We thank you. Your Excellency, sir, none of this evening would have been possible without the support of many dedicated individuals and institutions. I wish to express profound gratitude to the Secretary, to the President, and his team for their invaluable facilitation, and to my amazing staff who have cheerfully endured my pressure and expectations. To my friends, the Minister of Finance and the Financial Secretary, who I think is on his way, your support is deeply appreciated. To all our sponsors, from government institutions to private companies, you have played an incredible role in supporting this cocktail. You have proudly displayed your logos on the roll-up banners as a memorabilia and a visible testament to your generosity and contribution. As we enjoy this evening of fellowship and inspiration, I wish you all laughter, strengthened friendship, and maybe a little dancing, because who says a high-level media event can't even have a bit of fun? And to the statute of protocol, I trust I have been short enough this time, but feel free to whisper if I need to make my welcome statement next year a bit slimmer. On that note, welcome and thank you very much.
Thank you very much, Mr. Yusuf Kekatuma Sandi, ladies and gentlemen. All right, please, we just want you to relax. This time, we're going to bring you some entertainment. But this time is comedy. And we just want you to laugh with us. So, ladies and gentlemen, join me as I invite Mata. Put your hands together. Come on.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, His Excellency, members of the Fourth Estate, Mr. Senon Nasaroti and the top. I can join Irina so they greet people. But I'm really happy for the hour tonight, ladies and gentlemen. If you do not invite you, you can't start this program. No way, you dry eye. Not a joke. The journalists making guys against the party of the end. You don't know, say the pardon sweep at the food. Can I eat it now? Then you go right back to the time, you don't enter one chance. Please don't put hands together for His Excellency. Papa, God bless you. Who's that? program, security the outside. Now when they bring ginger, so they did the end. I say, well, this is don't come back. Why can they say now? I say, you're a comedian. Wait till they side back. I said, nothing. The soldier said, wait till they side back. We said, I say, okay, now jokes there. Now I say, pull it, now watch it. They can pull any kind of joke before they back. Also, me one come. I'm here, comedian Robino. They say, we two can handle and quickly because we not get enough time. Please put hands together for comedian Robino. We see as though he's shot in a PG. Not the green row. Where the other mic? About that mosque and them.
Hello?
No. Not to eat the mic.
No, say it's a microphone, not to so.
You don't see trouble or anything.
Daddy, good evening, sir. God bless you, sir. Daddy, hope you safe. But if I was talking a nice man, I don't say so. I don't know when glad you make vex. Hope you safe, sir. God bless you, sir. Daddy, don't try. Then that program now on account first, and I don't push forward and look for this. Then push forward. Daddy, that's why I make that today emergency.
Yeah, emergency.
That's it, back. Not nice. And then you are man says today, you get what I feel is especially December. That year for me, those smoke should avoid you.
You don't serious.
I was saying, I inside the only pan. I never called you again.
Say no to push, or be no left.
No, now they say, I didn't know how they say so.
No, because one guy take push na instead. I see the right letter to him and Lord. He said they will rent small, let the inside. We don't clean and show the inside deny.
In that show, I go to our wedding and the rest for Oakland, they are your. The boy almost like pushing and the expired wine and says, yeah. They want me to say, you know, how far the body they know. I say, you know, they will see.
We go with the lights.
The guy is happy now. And the gate. That reason our sensors don't start. They ask me where you national ID. Pull a passport. The last guy asked me where your mama is certificate. Because inside the party, securities.
Young Kelaka.
Where?
Okay, Young Kelaka come English in parliament say they say, Honorable Young Kelaka sit down.
Where?
The renewable energy for the sustainability. Honorable Young Kelaka sit down.
Sit down.
The eyes have it.
Now I see you. And I consider so one. Do it again. What's it happen to you? You understand? Okay, so I let you there. In order to put so I don't realize this fine getting glasses. I mean, maybe one. What's it happy? I'm on that. But never say, if I call on, it's a lot of I say no NGC. It's okay. When I ask them, say the party, I don't know if you go leave or still people. Still there.
For where?
Something I say you, the boss, take me like I said. You are able to lay lots and something I'm putting to where?
Okay.
Small election, we lost. I lost Barry. I can see the bar, see, you have to look at it. The only thing you go to forget this power, you enjoy the excel you. Just to one day lost someone. The last day, he sponsor our market, he said, I'm going to police.
Robino, no that's his problem here. Hey, this country here. This country didn't have got the hand now. That will not come back. Anything can happen. That's all. No pressure. Then this time go court, you get pressure. The answer, no pressure. So it's it.
The end of package in this country and where you call me and say I continue like my program.
Oh.
And I think I will make people the issue. The guy they say left here. You don't sit out. Everybody package and say which is a pan. Remember this country go before you don't focus. How much journalists there? Who journalists pay for one? Huh?
Ura.
Let's continue Russia.
Robino left.
It's when you understand that
But the rest of what I want.
But
the one person the next one say, "Hold on, good."
Hold on.
Well,
I don't.
let's say 3 times I was to say they call it. Very issue. And they still in this gentle. Gentle is no beer. Pastor is see when it's a 3 times
What did they collect? Robino. We are admire because full man not the join soldier. They are who go fire. And they teach them at classroom, they say grenade. As you open, as well, you can send them. Because they take 10 seconds per yarn. So as you open, in fact, you don't inside the sender before you open them. As they don't, they send the war front. That is just it. They go open grenade and war front, put a middle leg in the pot to 1, 2. After they talk, they get them.
Yeah, I say that's an alcohol. People are more than I won't go already last week. They didn't give me hotel money. I go down hotel and say 950 for sleep. You know, there is so. Get where they pay 2 3 for sleep if you know it now.
That's so good.
The last hotel I will say 1 million. I have one church they go all night. But you pay money, you see power. So they are anybody sees 8% in a church, a sign of poverty. No one never needed his first goal. Can you imagine the guy pastor so as gentle as he is? He go church pastor and he for them. Start like no possible. And until I can get that side. For when you put laws away spirit, anything for you, they pay God. I said, last week, the pastor and I also accompanied this. And the pastor is getting they are like Jesus.
No, let for we don't say right now, they see the data. They see them warrior. He brought an award, the Alenta, put the hand up. They say they see them. Me Antigua America is not even 3 months, when kind of language change. Go greet Auntie, good morning, say, what is it? Are you okay? Auntie, good afternoon, what is it? Are you okay? If this is young America, 3 o'clock, he come up, 6 man and Indiana. She see also you record, what is it? She say, who is that? I don't take trash from nobody. When you want to pull the cutlass, now no say na many. As this man pull the cutlass, oh yeah, go down, anybody begin talking English now, doing bad, doing fun, or
no that respect. Go on, put on.
ATW.
Put on.
Got up where? Somewhere down at both.
I also want police and some it up. I see any IG they try they will drop test from police officers. Although I also wish some police are all they fall.
After the noise does.
It's a policeman. Yeah, my sister, yeah, people are so over there today. I don't go IG. Yeah, all you want to do for this video around.
It's like yes, for back of one
now
that big board with the upboard. Pre-election time, all kinds of things that is blaster and another place. SFPP card, SF blaster, APC card, SF blaster. Let's say the office, let's be careful card, SF blaster. Nine car, all box off now. The board which are all the blaster, all side check. So when you far, you just see SFPP. Vote APC, sponsored by First Lady and Fifth Salon. Now say, oh, yeah, don't box up. No, this board now let also can be left out.
But if the guy you do a great job, but you want to be in charge of traffic, let them go explain that speed, start traffic lights and this. Let them explain to people they understand fine. Red also for it.
Yeah.
Green you go.
Yeah.
Yellow for it, yeah.
Yeah.
One man in red. Show people in my also. They say my next time they don't see a red man for what we did this. They say criminal, they say yellow. Say I take you, I will say don't go move. So before I left the mic, it's a one get a record. Now you are comedian there. They actually they make them out too much.
Can you tell you?
They go to international show. This is it. Who said that who said they oversee they will not practice. Those who will make sure they will come. I'm there on our way.
But we will do it. How many days now? Everything I put lock of his heart.
But the outside, the area of outside, now we say we go meet to fans every day under. No, we make sure they will come, they go, where on away.
Well, let them hold me back in case I change my mind. Let them hold me back.
No, no, no. Then where Mr. Senge, Chief Minister Senge? Senge, you know when Mr. Senge calls up. Senge, don't go so fancy. You don't go so seven, I don't stay. Now, you know, from next time, you don't go like last night. Well, I want to be that since, you know, our church now US, you know, I said, now that you never go stay. Now, I don't know, any position they have. I don't know what this ambassador, any people say, no get this.
They left. But we don't say political violence, they all over. Not to salon no more. 2 years back, I don't know if in Egypt or outside, where the pilots go up playing an ocean, he said because political party no win. That's it, the BBC. No one now they say President, you have to enter play, don't go meet the pilots. SFPP, the pilots, yeah, the SFPP, okay, no go. This last from where they come America, when they carry forget, he goes to as he play one move. I say, oh, I go meet the pilot. SFPP suicide. The pilots they were making mix and so they are. I said, they can put me back door. They said the plane don't move. He said, just send the door.
Thank you very much, ladies and gentlemen. Very coming and giving us. God bless you. Good night.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much. Please then give me one pause there also. But even on it so, as we say, tonight not a normal for calm, give the speeches and all, but also not to let good time. I want to call another. Ladies and gentlemen, apart from the reflection, the conversation, but I want to call one pan-salon comedian then. This person is funny, this person is bold, and whether he's poking fun at politics or turning everyday life into comedy, he's always leaving the crowd in stitches. Please put your hands together and warm welcomes and smiles as we welcome Richie Obama. Let's put hands together. Richie Obama. You want to call you the stage way before the show.
Thank you very much. Happy to see you, sir. One more time, she introduced me, but the mic wasn't loud. She was about to say, put your hands together for the funniest man from Sierra Leone. Give it up for me, Richie Obama, comedian of the Republic of Sierra Leone. Have you a little clap? Look at what's happening here. You tell us, say, look good tonight. Love great, tell us, say, look good tonight. If it's not me, man, tell us, say, look handsome. If it's not me, woman, tell us, say, look beautiful. When the person is a tell you, say, you know, the person not fine, you know, handsome, tell the person, say, God is working on your case. His Excellency, happy for you tonight. I remember I seen the part last month in the US, last month or month after last. One thing I make understand is, who are they tell me go overseas? More would I go America? America go to find a yai. Where you not begin pay bills? The day you begin pay bills, the country begin different a yai. You will tell people now. Salon no place like home. Honestly speaking, I don't know America 2 weeks. Now board, now I go meet one sister. I say I want to give you. Then fair for me say what you. I say the visa I get, I don't go work with the visa. Say no look up us make get permits. I never found one guy when Steve Amara. I didn't give me an essay or go find the job. The job will go find about the package or backpack email. I go. I then shift. The supervisor allow me. Steve Amara. I don't know say that. Steve Amara asked we go find Steve for it. I said Steve Amara. Now say no wait and small. You can't shop. Ladies and gentlemen, I love clap for His Excellency. For the past 5 to 10 years now, Salon put the highest graduate level. Everybody they graduate now. Clap for. But when you see this week, can't graduate the whole get. You know for me. And then after traffic yesterday, every student graduates. 3 hours complete the traffic day. If we are in the traffic, they come with me no more. Buy granats no uncle. Ask another granat. After 1 hour back, he come with me. Buy granats. Ask another granat. He don't know what they put it. Mr. Ask somebody to sell banana near. Now I say, well, that call you, but they sell it and they call it banana. I say, I'm going to buy granats. Who call for me that banana bobo. I say, hey, uncle, you say, I don't care. Please say, for buy granats, not me. I say, no problem. I thought, banana, monkey, they call you. Ladies and gentlemen, if you are married, you attest to what they say. Every married man, you get that way you sleep and nets. Where you have to watch you as you sleep. And the final way they decide in faith. It's either you're going to continue this marriage or you're not going to continue. If man is sleep and nets, a woman wake, God enter inside. You will see the woman will not kiss you, it's sleep with you. But if Satan enter inside, woman where man is sleep and nets. First thing Satan they make you know the money, phone password. We're not common. By the time you know the money password, mommy, welcome. Happy to see. This one will meet you at test. Mom, you don't need that position where you grab and net, you watch you part the sleep. Any idea? You go don't do. As man they sleep and net, enter woman, they show you man the password. Why is the man they sleep? When the woman go know the password, he go inside the phone. The first way the woman they do, now go friend the name away no sabi. And man, woman go inside the phone, he see what he not possible. Where we keep asleep, we say, Uda na mayama. No matter how smart, they ask for Uda na mayama. How many know what they have? Wow. Oh no. I saw you. I've been listening to the first boy picking. Last week, we didn't house. I want to get your boss and come from I ain't dance with Baba. We make a la say, I need Baba come on. We didn't have Baba come here. Baba say, we don't like Mama. I didn't say, Mama, any army from home. I'm going to say, oh, we're on a big sister. This. From last week, I don't know second board out. We not to be going again. Before I leave the mic, right? When they called me up for this event, they called me, the security protocol will be all side. They search for everything. Everything. They search for everything. Mom, as I reach my gates, they get one boy with me and I use. Anybody give me, they are not going inside. Now I say, you know they go inside. You know they go inside. They give me flashback. 4 years ago, that same boy, they will go with at the blue. And then I get with me, and I scratch her. He said, I go inside. I say, you know they go inside. And the security say, if I start the couch, I will do the one I do. And God make ETSA take lights. Where ETSA take light, now where ETSA go inside. As when ETSA go inside, I go slow, I stay inside. And the gate man can look my gate, or still. I can't swim out to that inside. And I say, assist, go go outside. No, go outside. And the gate man go meet you out there and outside. Say, the people a long time inside for there. And the man only man. The other thing of invitation, Lord, go na do. The guy will join the line for. And they go for invitation for food, and they ask for invitation. As you can't go food, they say where invitation. As you can't go food, they say where invitation. Three people for like next week. And they do get the program like that. I only my hello. Yeah, sorry. I be don't give people invitation something like 2 months back. But if you don't lost the invitation, you go take people. I say, Mama, I God to bless you. As I can't go, you say, where invitation? I said, I lost last week. As of where you go, the boy where they have where they have invitation, I say, now 2 lost together. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you very much for your time. I'm Michi Obama, Comedian of the Republic of Sierra Leone.
Thank you very much. Put your hands together for comedian Richie Obama. Come on, put your hands together, please. All right, ladies and gentlemen, before I invite the next speaker, it is my pleasure to recognize and welcome Her Excellency, the First Lady of the Republic of Sierra Leone. Ladies and gentlemen, You're welcome, madam. Coming up next is the president of SARC. Ladies and gentlemen, put your hands together as I invite President Mr. Alhaji Maika Kamara. Put your hands together, ladies and gentlemen.
Your Excellency, President of the Republic of Sierra Leone, Madam First Lady, the Chairman of the Independent Media Commission, the Minister of Information and Civic Education, my brother, esteemed colleagues, distinguished ladies and gentlemen, good evening. Excellency, permit me to first express my appreciation on behalf of the entire media fraternity for this annual engagement that brings the presidency and the media community together in a relaxed but meaningful atmosphere. It symbolizes an important principle: dialogue strengthens democracy, and openness deepens trust. This is my first presidential media cocktail as president of SLAG, and I stand here humbly by the responsibility placed upon me by my colleagues across the country. I also stand here deeply conscious of the journey we've traveled, because for the past 6 years, I served under the presidency of 𝐀𝐧𝐧𝐮𝐚𝐥 𝐏𝐫𝐞𝐬𝐢𝐝. I served under the previous administration of SLAG by 𝐀𝐧𝐧𝐮𝐚𝐥 𝐏𝐫𝐞𝐬𝐢𝐝, whose leadership style emphasized constructive engagement, principled advocacy, and unwavering independence. I intend not only to continue that approach, but to strengthen and expand it. Strengthening partnership and empowering media. Your Excellency, the theme of this year's cocktail, strengthening partnership and empowering media, is steadily and fully aligned with the direction in which I intend to lead SLAG. For us in the media, partnership does not mean silence. It doesn't mean compromise on truth. It means working collaboratively, speaking honestly, and holding governments and institutions accountable in a responsible manner while maintaining mutual respect. The media is not an opponent of the state, not an extension of it. They are partners in development, independent partners whose role is to inform, educate, question, and amplify the responsible values of the citizens. The role of SLAG is to stand by this media, protect and defend it, strengthen and promote it, and help to make it valuable. This we can achieve only through partnership and building as many bridges as possible as necessary. When we empower our media, our democracy will become more stable, governance will become more responsive, and national unity will become more meaningful. Building on the past days through the Action Manifesto. Your Excellency, I came into this office with a clear plan, the Action Manifesto, which outlines the priorities for this new administration of SLAG. Action stands for accountability and professionalism. C, capacity building and safety of journalists. C, transparency and good governance in SLAG. I, innovation, digital transformation, and media viability. O, open collaboration with governments, partners, and citizens. N, national cohesion and ethical journalism. Every element of this agenda requires partnership, particularly with your government, state institutions, and other development partners. We will continue to work with the Ministry of Information and Civic Education, the Independent Media Commission, the Right to Access Information Commission, the National Telecommunication Agency, the Human Rights Commission, the Sierra Police, and other agencies to promote responsible journalism, protect media freedom, and improve working conditions of journalists across the country. We will also continue to push for legal reforms in the post-criminal libel era, in cyber security and crime law, the counter-terrorism law. Let me use the opportunity again to appreciate Your Excellency on behalf of the media fraternity for signing the Counter-Terrorism Act in September and to fully listen to our cry. 99% of what we asked for, we did remove from the Act. Thank you very much, Your Excellency. The Counter-Terrorism Law and our proposed Chapter 12 to have constitutional guarantees for press freedom and freedom of expression, while advocating for sustainable media financing, institutional strengthening, and modernized communication policies that reflect today's digital realities. A new phrase, but the same principles. Your Excellency, under my predecessor leadership, we saw unprecedented cooperation between SLAG and the state, while also maintaining our independence. We debated when necessary. We disagree when required, but we always engage constructively. That's how they work, and it will continue to work under my leadership. My commitment is simple. SLAG will support, but SLAG will also stand firm when it must. We will partner, but we will not compromise. We will collaborate, but never at the expense of the public interest. A call for mutual support. Your Excellency, tonight, let this cocktail be more than a ceremonial gathering. Let it be a renewal of commitment from both sides to continue fostering an environment where journalists can work safely, professionally, and without fear, and where government continues to see the media not as a guest, but as an essential stakeholder in national development. We ask for your continued support in improving journalist welfare, enhancing access to information, and creating opportunities for training, technology, and innovation in our newsrooms. Your Excellency, a media that empowers ethically and independent is an asset to your administration and to Sierra Leone. Finally, Your Excellency, as we end this year and look ahead to another year, I extend a warm greeting to you, Your Excellency, and your government, and to all your partners, and to all our partners here tonight. May our collaboration continue to anchor on respect, truth, and shared desire to see Sierra Leone move forward. On behalf of Sierra Leone and the entire media industry, Merry Christmas and the prosperous New Year 2026 in advance. God bless us all.
That is full, especially coming from the journalist for our president. Let's put hands together. Good evening, Madam First Lady. Let's put hands together for our president, the president of SLAG. Coming up next, as we promised to be very short, we would like to go to the next speaker. And for that, I'd like to call the chairman of Independent Media Commission. He was the former Director General for the Sierra Leone Broadcasting Corporation. Let's put hands together for our media group, who is also a lawyer. Please join me and invite Mr. Joseph Benda Kapoa.
Your Excellency, sir, First Lady, the Honorable Minister of Information and Civic Education, the President of SLAG, distinguished members of the Diplomatic Corps, my colleagues, media practitioners, esteemed guests, ladies and gentlemen. It is a privilege to be here again at this year's Presidential Media Cocktail, convening under the compelling theme, strengthening partnership and empowering the media. This then speaks directly to the mandate of the Independent Media Commission and to the vision of a democratic Sierra Leone where the media is empowered, professional, and fully able to serve the public interest. Your Excellency, sir, the INC continues to uphold its statutory responsibility to regulate, develop, and protect the media landscape of Sierra Leone. Central to this theme and to this responsibility is our commitment to strengthening partnerships across government, civil society, media associations, academic institutions, and development partners. These partnerships are essential for building a media environment that is independent, resilient, and responsive to the communication needs of our citizens. Revamping community radios and empowering local voices. Your Excellency, sir, one of our major priorities as a commission this year has been strengthening community radios, which remain the heartbeat of grassroots communication and a lifeline of information for many rural communities. In partnership with the Sierra Leone Association of Journalists Large, the Ministry of Information and Civic Education, the Media Reform Coordinating Group MRCG, the BBC Media Action, and others, the INC has embarked on a nationwide effort to revamp governance and the management structures across all community radio stations in the country. And as part of this initiative, we have already reconstituted governance boards in 6 community radios. The Vopal radio in Waterloo, following the unfortunate incident earlier this year, the Bintimani radio in Kabbalah, Mota radio in Moyamba, Radio Moa in Kailao, Radio Kolente in Cambia, and just this week, Radio Bontiko in the Bond Island. This work will continue with every community radio in Sierra Leone. Our goal, Your Excellency, is to ensure that these stations operate professionally and sustainably, because when community radios function effectively, they amplify the voice of the people and strengthen our democracy. The tripartite recommendations. Your Excellency, please allow me to also report on the Commission's progress in the implementation of Recommendation 76 of the tripartite committee. The INC has successfully completed nationwide consultations and validation processes regarding proposed amendments to the INC Act 2020. The Commission has submitted the recommended provisions for amendment to the Honorable Minister of Information and Civic Education, who has been very supportive for onward submission to the office of the Attorney General and Minister of Justice. This milestone is a testament to the constructive collaboration between government, media stakeholders, and civil society. It also reflects our shared commitment to modernizing media governance in Sierra Leone. But then what about our services? The Commission continues to conduct regular public complaint hearings, both at the office, head office here in Freetown, and across the regions. These hearings provide avenues for citizens, institutions, and media practitioners to address grievances related to media content, conduct, and professional standards. Through these mechanisms, we continue to promote accountability, fairness, and due process within the media ecosystem. Additionally, the INC remains steadfast in its licensing, registration, monitoring, and regulatory duties for the print, electronic, and digital media institutions. These processes are fundamental to safeguarding responsible communication, ensuring media pluralism, and protecting the public's right to accurate and ethical information. Your Excellency, sir, the heavens have not fallen following the repeal of the knee on the necks of journalists at 5 of the Public Order Act of 1965 and your government. If anything, much progress has been realized since then. I am pleased to report, Your Excellency, that in the last set of complaints against media institutions and practitioners by some members of the public, the IFC in its hearings found little or no professional inexactitude. Much care and attention are now paid to details. In one hearing, for instance, the journalist, having received the information, called the party concerned to verify. This was without success. Sent a text message in regard to safety, but this also was without response. What came later from our investigation and hearing was an invitation to the journalists to go to the institution, and at the end of the day, only to ask them away when the journalists primed the issue by asking biting questions. When journalists seek questions, when they make inquiries, what we expect is full and frank disclosures. They are not endangered species. Your Excellency, sir, ahead of the next public elections, the INC is partnering with other institutions on the better use of the media space. We urge members of the public to, in what experts say, keep it simple, stupid when they approach the airwaves. The INC has observed with concern that among the political party players, tempers are beginning to fire more. The party members and supporters on radio looking askance at one another and things going berserk. On FM 98.1 Radio Democracy recently, a member of one of the political parties clearly used what would amount to a hate speech, with tribal insinuation, and this was unfair. He was challenged by the presenter right there, so with all the statements, but the political party enthusiasts insisted he would not. What do you expect the journalists to do in that instance? Fight him? Ask him out of the studios? Shut him out? If yes, where would that leave freedom of expression where things do not sit well with us? It is most times challenging for even media practitioners. However, my colleague, comrade and chairman of the Political Party Regulation Commission, PPRC, are in discussion on how to get our political party players to make responsible use of the media. Some of them may not be aware of the negative impact of hate speech in the media, and so when challenged, they often conflict ignorance with arrogance. But by the next token, the INC and SLAG will continue to engage media practitioners to hold their professional standards inseparable with their causes. Above all, Your Excellency, our work supports the full enjoyment of freedom of expression and freedom of the press as guaranteed under the provisions of Section 25 of the Constitution of Sierra Leone, as well as the country's obligations under international human rights instruments. The Commission's regulatory role is anchored firmly in the belief that media freedom and media responsibility must go hand in glove. To conclude, Your Excellency, distinguished guests, VIS reaffirms its commitment to fostering strong partnerships and empower the media to fulfill its democratic function. Together, government leadership, media practitioners, civil society actors, and development partners, we can continue to build a media sector that informs, educates, unites, and uplifts the people of Sierra Leone. Thank you, Your Excellency, for the opportunity, and thank you all for your attention. Yes, in the public trust.
All right, okay.
Anyways, we're going indifferent. Now, ladies and gentlemen, every great evening deserves a moment of pause. Before we continue, let's take a step back to reflect on the journey shared, our challenges, our triumphs, and the stories that bind us together. Please turn your attention to the screen as we present this reflection video. We can also look at the screen and look at this other one if you can't see.
All right, okay. Thank you very much. Ladies and gentlemen, the moment you have been waiting for is now here.
His Excellency, the President, retired Brigadier Julius Malagil. Let's put our hands together and stand up as we welcome the President, His Excellency, Dr. Retired Brigadier Julius Malagil.
All right.
Thank you all very much. Let's sit down, please. Madam First Lady, Ministers of Government, Chairman of the Independent Media Commission, President of at large, and heads of affiliate bodies present here tonight. My dear friends, I'm deeply honored to address you again tonight on this very special occasion, the 7th anniversary of the Presidential Media Cocktail. It is amazing how quickly time flies. But like the American poet Maya Angelou once said, all great achievements require time. Tonight, we celebrate not just traditions, but the fundamental pillar of our democracy. A vibrant, free, and empowered media. We are not clapping, we are not dinner, we are not doing this. You cannot clap for yourself, even. This partnership with nurture has blossomed into a relationship built on trust, mutual respect, and shared vision. Tonight's theme, strengthening partnership, empowering media, is not by accident. Our journey has been long and at times challenging, but it has yielded immense reward that we should all be proud of. Back in 2018, much of the conversation about media in Sierra Leone centered on the challenges from limited capacity, funding constraints, to issues around pressure. While some still persist, today I'm proud to say that the media landscape in Sierra Leone is in a stronger and historic place. Sierra Leone has risen more than 25 places in the World Press Freedom Index since 2017. Only the blind can't see that. And this is one of the fastest improvements globally. This very year, I must add, 2025, Sierra Leone has been ranked the 56th out of 180 countries, moving up 8 places from 64 in 2024. This achievement reflects intentional reforms, constructive partnership with the media, and our enduring commitment to protecting journalists. Bad friends, but we have to protect them. They cannot even clap for themselves. Sierra Leone is now widely recognized as a regional model for media freedom. My dear friends, if I should call you that way, for better or for worse, we'll be together. I'm a Catholic. This year, we approved the first national information and media policy in Sierra Leone's history. A comprehensive framework that brings coherence, direction, and modernity to the entire information ecosystem. This policy provides clear standards for digital media governance, establishes guidelines for the responsible use of artificial intelligence, strengthens media sustainability and professionalism, protects citizens citizens' right to accurate information and modernizes the regulatory landscape for digital era. In 2025, Sierra Leone achieved a 95% freedom of information compliance score, one of the highest in the region. As your president, I am proud. And I firmly believe that access to information is the lifeblood of a vibrant democracy, empowering citizens to make informed decisions, hold leaders accountable, and participate fully in shaping the future of our nation. Therefore, to strengthen accountability further, the Right to Access Information Commission will be transformed into a more powerful access to information authority with clearer sanctions and enforcement mechanisms. This year, we have also concluded nationwide consultation for a comprehensive data protection and privacy bill. The full regulatory infrastructure will be completed in the first quarter of 2026, ensuring that citizens' data is protected as government and industry become increasingly digital. We have expanded the space for free expression and civic participation more than any other government before it. If you dare challenge me, through weekly press briefings, civic day series, and national civic festival, we have shown that openness is not just a principle. It is now embedded in the practices of our governance, as you can see. Distinguished guests, my dear friends, over these years, my government has taken concrete steps to bolster the independence and sustainability of Sierra Leone's media. We increased the government subvention to SLAG, enhanced training in fact-checking, digital literacy, and ethical journalism for over 500 journalists and information officers, and extended support to community radios and independent outlets. But let me also use this opportunity, ladies and gentlemen, and my dear friends, to commend the Media Reform Coordinating Group and the and the Multimedia Stakeholder Board for awarding the first round of grants to 14 media outlets across Sierra Leone by the National Fund for Public Interest Media. My government reaffirms its commitment to public interest journalism. My dear friends, empowering the media goes hand in hand with transforming our national media information and information institutions. To this end, we are forging partnerships to modernize the Sierra Leone Broadcasting Corporation and to revive the Sierra Leone News Agency, SLENA, Government Daily Mail, and Government Printing Department. Reforming our national records and archives is equally critical. This year, Cabinet approved the National Records and Archives Policy, ushering in a landmark reform, replacing the outdated systems dating back to 1964. That coincides with my age. I hope I'm not outdated too. The new Records and Archives Bill, now in the final drafting stages, we modernize public records management and ensure the preservation of our national memory in both digital and physical formats. As a government, we are also committed to elevating creative industries. We have approved Sierra Leone's first ever national film and video policy, a major step towards professionalizing the film industry. Beyond these remarkable strides in media, information and creative fields, 2025 has been a monumental year for Sierra Leone on the global stage. In June, I was honored to be elected chairman of the Authority of ECOWAS Heads of State and Government. Thank you for clapping it this time. I've never seen boring journalists like ones in Sierra Leone. They don't have it down, they don't have it sick, they don't even clap. The first time we have ever held this position for nearly 40 years. But in September, our nation achieved a historic milestone with the official endorsement of US dollar 2.2 billion for Mission 300 Energy Compact, the largest infrastructure development plan in Sierra Leone history. Many of you still think this is fiction, and it's not true. But you saw other heads of state, and you saw the World Bank president, and you saw the president of the African Development Bank in New York. I cannot be part of a fake deal for my people. In November, Sierra Leone presided over the United Nations Security for the second time, the second and final time during our tenure. Sierra Leone presided over the United Nations Security Council for the second time, and this will be the final time during our tenure. Under our presidency, we spotlighted the devastating impact of food insecurity linked to conflict and highlighted our Fifth Salon initiative. We also drew global attention to the growing threat of terrorism in Sahel region, just north of us that are coastal states, and we called for stronger international support for African-led peace efforts. Yes, Sierra Leone was president when the United Nations Security Council adopted the historic US-backed Resolution 2803, a comprehensive plan to end the Gaza conflict. Yes, we were president. Sierra Leone was president. Distinguished ladies and gentlemen, for the first time in our nation's history, a sitting president of Sierra Leone participated in both the G20 Leaders Summit and the AU-EU Summit. Mr. The leader, when they say, you know, we will not fight in the international community. But the struggle came to the problem. I seize this historic opportunity to voice the hope and aspiration of our country and the West African region, advocating for global order founded on equality, solidarity, and peace. In 2025, we demonstrated that no important global conversation can take place without Sierra Leone's voice at the table. I have mentioned these achievements not as self-pride or praise, but as a testament to our country's growing stature and to underscore the importance of a strong media to tell our story with pride and accuracy. And for most media houses, they are so stuck in history and politics, they forget that when they tell my story, they are telling the story of Sierra Leone. North Korea, keep quiet. My dear friends, as an avid newspaper reader, I could not conclude the review of 2025 without reflecting on some of the headlines that capture this year's spirit. The blend of facts, gossip, flattering stories, sensationalism, fiction, and metaphors that make reading in newspapers a unique and enjoyable experience. One particular topical issue in the media after my August address to Parliament was my firm support for proportional representation. Not surprisingly, the Global Times enthusiastically endorsed my position, carrying the front page headline, President Bill's visionary leadership, dismantling the two-party dictatorship. Yet in October, Concord Times offered a contrasting perspective with the banner headline, Democracy Under Threat. APC accuses of SSDP of plotting one-party rule. Can you imagine? APC accusing SSDP of one-party rule? Never work. One has never ended. The commissioning of the Sewa Grounds market garnered widespread media coverage, as you know, particularly highlighting the 50% rent reduction I offered to traders. I was especially moved by the Awareness Times newspaper front page headline. As he opens Sewa Grounds, Bio, father of the nation, lowers store rental. To be referred to as the father of the nation by Awareness Times, I'm humbled. As expected, the endorsement of the $2.2 billion United States mission 300 energy compact by the World Bank and African Development Bank sparked tremendous excitement in the media too. The exclusive newspaper proclaimed on its banner headline, Salon hit jackpot, energy boom soon. Meanwhile, the satellite newspaper went further with a dramatic front page headline, with 2.2 billion mission 300 energy deal, Sierra Leone lies up global stage. Indeed, we are going to light up this country. Last month, it appeared Night Watch newspaper was very concerned about the main opposition, APC. And in one of its publications, regarding the many flag-bearer aspirants in the APC, Night Watch carried the front page headline. APC's too many voices are confusing and unsettling the masses. This is very concerning. And in another edition, the newspaper was so worried about the direction of the APC and summed up the opposition with this front page headline. APC's 7 years, hungry, thirsty, broke, and visionless. I hope the APC will quickly make amends with this newspaper. This is not good. Interestingly, the media's attention has also been captivated by Housemaid Sierra Leone season 4, which has gripped entertainment fans with its night drama. On one segment, the Newswatch newspaper was so bewildered, it carried the front page headline, Housemaid Salon English. They are trading their set. It's hard for me to say it myself. My friend, I guess he's not here, Professor David Francis, would have surely described that as egregious English. On that lighter note, let me remind all of you, a good job, like good news, shines a light in our life. So keep infusing your work with creativity and humanity. We are all human beings called Sierra Leone, and this is the land that we love. Dear friends, I'm going to call you friends until you realize that you are our friends. Even North Korea. Our media landscape stands as a pillar of our society, shaping public discourse and holding power to account. However, the path ahead is not without its obstacles. As we strive to build a more informed and engaged nation, media professionals face an array of challenges that test your resilience and commitment. From technological shifts to need for greater financial sustainability, these must be acknowledged if we are to strengthen the foundation of freedom and independence for journalism. Additionally, the rapid rise of misinformation and disinformation poses a significant threat to public trust, requiring vibrant or vigilant efforts to uphold journalistic integrity. Therefore, as we look ahead in 2026, through the Ministry of Information and Civic Education, my government has set the following strategic priorities. One, to promote media entrepreneurship. Two, position Sierra Leone as a regional leader in media sustainability, including hosting conference. Three, promote media literacy among our citizens so they can consume news critically and responsibly. Four, enhance protection for journalists so they can work without fear or harassment. I don't know how we are further going to announce that, because they are so free and they do their work without any fear or harassment. But we will. And we are also going to foster greater collaboration between media, institutions, and government agencies to ensure transparency and flow of information. We are not going to stop there. We will strengthen civic education in school and communities. So, ladies and gentlemen, tonight I'm also pleased to announce that for the financial year 2026, the Minister of Finance is here. clap first. But the only time when they clap first. The honor/subvention will increase to 2.7 billion old. Back in 2020, we began with a modest allocation of 200 million old lions. And now we celebrate a remarkable 2.7 billion. For such, Christmas gift always comes earlier. To those who wonder what the government has done concretely, you've seen or heard all the answers very clearly. And ladies and gentlemen, because before I'm accused of being talkative, let me close. And I will close by saying this. The story of Sierra Leone, our beautiful, resilient, and dynamic nation, must be told by you. Each article, report, interview, and broadcast must be a brush stroke painting the picture of our progress and aspirations. I urge you to be the architects of a Sierra Leone that is prosperous, peaceful, and united. Yes, politics and governance will always test the limit of information and narrative, but your role is crucial to deliver the truth, to give voice to the voiceless, and to hold accountability as sacred. I promise to listen. I do listen. I do read. Sometimes what you write, most of the time, and some of the time, maybe, because that be good reading. After all, as president, without a strong media, it's like Freetown without the country tree. Missing the heart of his identity and his voice. Tonight, as we reflect on 7 years of partnership, let us renew our commitment to journey forward together as partners, as friends, and as custodians of Sierra Leone's future. Strengthening partnership with the media is more than a promise. It is the very foundation upon which a transparent, informed, and vibrant Sierra Leone is built. Together, we will continue to empower a media that tells our story, illuminates our truth, and holds us accountable. On that note, I want to thank all of you for your dedication and enjoy this evening of celebration and friendship. You've always been boring. I ask of you one thing today. We journalists, the rest of it dance. It's like the woman of the Allah. Not to hear when we talk about it. They don't start for children. And I wish you all Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year. God bless you, media practitioners. Thank you.
Hey. Put your hands together. Colleagues, come on.
Is that not captivating enough? Put your hands together. All right. So thank you very much, Mr. President, for that very captivating remarks this evening. And we want to thank you for increasing the subvention. Every year, I think that's the best part that people want to listen to, and it's an honor. But before the president do the normal interaction, we want to allow him to rest. And for that,
going to bring you some entertainment. And indeed, we want to thank His Excellency one more time for that important aid in his statement by increasing, what SLAD should get. That is very, very important. But for now, I'm going to bring you an artist by the name of Green Flag. Put your hands together for Green Flag.
Let's put hands together.
Hello. We're very excited to be here today. As we bring your parade.